Hello and welcome. My name is Brian Caplen, editor of The Banker. I'm with James King, the Middle East editor, and we're discussing SWIFT's Middle East Regional Conference 2018. James is going to be in Dubai. What's on the agenda? What will we see in the opening sessions this year?
Well, it should be another really interesting event this year. There are sessions on de-risking, on cybersecurity, the future of payments in the Middle East, but the opening plenary session will be looking at the reform programs in the Middle East and really how governments are addressing sort of the lower oil price environment.
Okay, well, you covered the Middle East, so you've got a bit of an insight on the reform program. As you say, brought on by oil price falls originally. How do you assess the different governments? How are they doing?
Well, it's a really interesting time for the oil exporting economies because obviously their budgets are strained. GCC sovereigns have been turning to the debt markets like never before. And so it's a difficult time, but it's also a time when governments can find the political capital they need to really enact these reforms that have been in the pipeline for so many years.
Because obviously one of the aims that a number of them have is to try and diversify away from oil and get themselves a more balanced economy. I mean, how much success do you think they're having in that?
It varies economy to economy, but I think Saudi Arabia is the interesting case here. Vision 2030 under the auspices of Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. They're trying to position the Saudi economy as being more of a regional hub, from capital markets to sort of transport and infrastructure and energy and so on. And they are finding some success there. You know, the reforms to the capital markets have seen the kingdom really emerge in recent years. It's now listed on the MSCI Emerging Markets Index, or will be next year. So they are finding some traction, but it's a long-term story.
Okay. Well, for a modern economy, you need modern banks. Are we seeing the same sorts of parallel developments in the banking sector?
Very interesting developments in the banking sector. So obviously we saw the headline merger between NBAD and FGB in the UAE.
That's right. Yeah. So that's these two big banks in the UAE merging to form the largest bank now in the region, really.
That's correct. And the same thing is happening in other markets. So an agreement has been reached between Al Awal Bank and Saab in Saudi Arabia. But more interestingly, there's now discussions going underway between KFH in Kuwait and Ali United Bank in Bahrain, which would be a sort of a cross-border merger if it did take place.
So that's a cross-border merger. So does that strengthen the sort of regional banking concept in the Middle East?
It does. All of these mergers are really playing out quite favorably for the regional banking sectors because obviously it creates new sort of regional champions in a sense, and that's something that's certainly a trend to watch.
Okay, lots of exciting things happening in the Middle East. Thanks very much, James.
Thank you.